Hi. Can love disappear completely from you? Can it completely disappear? You cannot find it anymore for the rest of your life. Is this a possibility? Well, if not, how to find it if you lose it? What makes it so hard to find the self-love? I am Hasna, and you may know me by Jasmine, and you may reach me at the links below, Get Well with Jasmine, the Facebook page, and the website. And this video is about that, about can self-love disappear? I receive messages and questions about that, about I have no self-love left. So is it true? This is the first question I want to answer. Is it true? No, it isn't. Oh, gladly, yes, I know, good news. So it's more like a button that you don't activate. It's there, but it's not activated, more than disappeared and completely not being there within you. So let me explain it more. See, the fact that, here's the proof, the fact that you look for self-love and you don't find it, and it bothers you, and you don't feel it, and it's hard for you to find love for yourself, and that fact bothers you, saddens you, makes you sad, makes you angry, makes you frustrated, or makes you even more lacking of love, is a sign that there is love within you. Yes. How so? Well, there is caring. In that bothering, there is caring. You still care about love. You still care about finding self-love. You want it. That's part of you, that want it, that is self-love. I know, it's not pleasant, it's not the way you want it, it's not what you had in mind. But it's still self-love. You care, you love yourself, it's there. I know it's in a way that it's not pleasant, and it's sometimes the cause of suffering, that's for sure. Still, now you can congratulate yourself. Self-love is there within you. Love is there within you. And next time you feel that love is not there, it's lacking, it doesn't exist within you, you are about to throw the towel in this life, remember that the fact that you care and you are bothered in itself means that there is still self-love. You need only to nourish it in the right way so it expresses itself and you manifest it in a helpful way, in a way that creates serenity, peace within you, that makes you happy. So now that we established that the fact that you are bothered by something, that you want it to happen, that is caring, and caring is the result of love. It's when you love that you care. Now, how to activate that button? How to find it first? Because there is the other question I want to answer is, it's very hard. I know I'm self-loving sometimes, and some other times I have no love left for myself. Oh, we are many people who went through this, and I remember a few times in my life when I felt that way. Not anymore for some times now, but it's still true that it's sometimes you have self-love and you feel it and you are feeling loving, and some other time you don't feel love for yourself. So how to find it? And sometimes the times you don't feel love for yourself are way more than the times you feel love for yourself. So what to do with that? Well, the perfect metaphor, or for me, that would explain how it goes, is that love at that moment is not disappearing or liking. Love is there, but it's like in your handbag, if you're a lady. In suitcase, I don't know, what do men carry? Something where there is a lots of crowded stuff in there. So you have, like, let's say the handbag, and find an analogy to that. So in your handbag, it's like your keys. Your keys, sometimes you lose, I don't know if you're like me, you lose your keys in your bag and you need like 1 or 2 minutes to find it. So if that happens to you, you would know what is self-love. It's in that way in your mind or in your heart. It's like that. It's like your keys when you lose them in the bag. And let's say that bag is full of lipstick, of notepad, or of iPad, of purse, of many things. So the more it's full of obstacles, the more it's hard to find those keys, in our example, self-love. And love in general, the love within us. So when that happens, what does it mean? That we have love, but it's in a crowded place. We cannot find it easily. It's crowded because there are so many programs around it. Programs, those lipstick, those purse, notepad, iPad, and phone, glasses, whatever is in your bag. And the more items that are there, the more hurts, the more programs, the more conditions you have there, the less, the more difficult it is to find it. So to take from the examples I was sent and the questions, I would say those are obstacles and items that are crowding your subconscious, not letting you get to love. That is this natural state. This is the initial state of a human being. Look at a baby, look at a toddler. They love themselves. They're so in harmony with themselves. Then we lose it because we feel that back. We feel it with programs, such as I have here the fear of abuse, the fear of bullying. If I love myself, if you love yourself, then you look maybe arrogant, or you look like someone who took care of themselves, even though you're not arrogant. You're just loving yourself, and that's your right. And initial state, that's the healthy, helpful way state. So when you do that, there is that fear. Where does it come from? From childhood. Maybe you were the cutest kid and someone was jealous and bothered you. Maybe in any way, maybe you were intelligent and you bothered someone, or resonate or triggered some jealousy or some insecurity in other kids who bullied you. So that program that lasts. Whenever you want to love yourself, you're going to stop yourself from loving yourself, because look at the consequences. It was so bad, it was hurting, it was so much pain, and you don't want to live that. So this is one of the obstacles. Another example is not feeling worthy. Oh, that's a big one and very common. Not feeling worthy, not feeling that you deserve anything good. And love is good. Love is goodness. Or you have to do something to deserve love. Or you have to be forgiven from everyone you know about your mistakes to deserve love. Or you have to do everything perfectly to deserve love. Or you need to make sure that you are a good person for real. Now then you can love yourself. Remember, the word I kept repeating is deserve. And it means that there is a condition. In the first place, in the first example, there's the fear of bullying, being abused, something bad happening. And I see that a lot with my clients who are battling weight gain, and they are having this fight, but it's withholding love. Or in chronic illnesses, or in anxiety, and so on. It's just that fear that if I take care of myself, if I love myself, I'm gonna pay, and it's so expensive. So something that is my right, my most basic need of loving myself, I'm not allowed to feel it or to acquire it, to get it, simply because there is a fear, not in the now, that I still have from my childhood. In the deserve box or place, I have to deserve love, because early stages in your life, you learn that it's when you get a good grade that you have a praise. It's when you do something right, then grown-ups are happy. That you will learn to do things in a right way, but by your parents. And if you don't do it, to you, the message you got is that you are not loved. If you're not perfect, if you're not good, then when you grow up, you keep that message. Your parents are not here, your teachers are not here, your caregivers are not here, but guess who is here? You. Right, you. You are here. You are the one now who puts those conditions. No one is. Look around you. Look wherever you want. Where is it written that you have to be perfect to be loved? If that's the case, nobody will be loved at all and love themselves at all. Guess what? First thing to do, don't put any condition to love yourself. Actually, if you want to heal all those conditions by your love in yourself, sometimes you don't have to do big things, just change those references in childhood. Because as a baby, as a toddler, as a small child, you see like smiling and affection and signs of love linked to something you do as good. And even though your parents loved you between two good things you did, you didn't receive the message. They didn't do anything to give you that message, but you are loved at that time. Still, in your subconscious, it's kept only the message, I need to deserve love. It's not about deserving, it's not about the condition. Love is your initial state. We are born self-loving. Keep that in mind, self-loving. Then we lose that ability to access self-love, or not accessing it fully, enjoying it to the most extent of it. So, now that you know, no condition. I must warn you, it's not easy, but congratulate yourself. You know now that you care about yourself when it bothers you that you're not loving yourself. So this is self-love. You know now that it's a conditioning, that it's only a message between you and your parents and your caregivers and grown-ups when you were a kid, that when I do good, I'm lovable. Or when I do good, some other guys would, or something bad would happen, then I withhold love because the consequences that I learned in childhood, you're not a child anymore. You are the grown-up in your life now. You can change that. Change those learnings, change those references. I do this, I would give you a homework, but I do this, I love it. It's not a homework for me. Is look at a baby, look at a toddler, meditate on that, look at them, how they love themselves, everything about themselves. That's your initial state. The more you do actions that are loving and self-loving and self-caring, the more you get to self-love. And remember from last time, the road to self-love is love. You cannot make it faster getting to self-love. You cannot make it now. I want it now. This is not love. This is pressure. Pressure is fear, and fear is not love. And we don't want that. It's not the right way. You have to do it step by step, steady, small actions of love. So what is the small action of love that you can do now, today, that would get you closer to full self-love, to enjoy it more, to manifest it more in you, within you, in your body, in your life? And we're gonna see. That's what I want to hear from you. Next week, or part 2, because this is part 1, part 2 of the series, we're gonna see a part of your life, which is the relationships. Even if you are single, that would speak to you too. It doesn't matter. You are the main relationship in your life, and we're gonna talk about relationships and how self-love, increasing self-love, will benefit into your relationship and be a more blossoming relationship, more fulfilling relationship. Because why this topic? Because many people withhold love in relationships and said, if I love myself, then I won't be able to love the other person, or something like there is a place where love is shifting, either with you or towards you or towards the other person. And there is also the misconception that if I love myself, then everybody would see that I love myself and wouldn't love me, and so on and so on. Many programmings around that, and I want to address that next week. If you find this video helpful, share it, like it, share it with everyone. You know, so many people think that self-love is disappearing or have no idea, and they are suffering. Help them. And thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing too. Bye-bye.